the sizzle of butter, the smell of sugar browning. Her phone vibrated on the counter, too loud for a quiet morning. The words lit the screen like a flare. I didn't move. I didn't breathe. My 10-year-old was closer than I was. Curious. Fast. Still innocent enough to read, out loud before understanding. The weight of words. "Mommy," she said, tilting her head. "Who is Brad?" Metal screamed against tile. The pan slipped from my wife's hand and crashed to the floor. Oil leapt. Heat hissed. She stared at the phone as if it had grown teeth. My daughter froze. My wife didn't answer. She didn't even look at her child. She ran, barefoot, down the hall. A door slammed. A lock clicked. Silence rushed in. I watched my daughter's face fold inward, confusion becoming fear. I memorized that moment, burned it into myself. Some things don't heal. They brand. I picked up the phone. No password. She never thought she'd need one. The message sat there, smug, casual, familiar. I set the phone face down. Inside me, something adjusted, like a scope-finding focus. I told my daughter Pancakes were canceled. We would eat cereal. I cleaned the oil from the floor with a calm I didn't recognize. My hands didn't shake. This wasn't rage. This was arithmetic. She didn't come out for an hour. When she did, her eyes were red, her voice practiced. Apologies formed and died on her lips. She said it was a joke. A coworker. A misunderstanding. I nodded. I always nodded. I've been doing it for years. Brad had fingerprints everywhere once I looked. A name buried in phone bills. Late meetings that never produced pay stubs. Girls' nights that ended with ride shares from unfamiliar addresses. I didn't accuse. Accusations invite lies. Instead, I watched. I watched her laugh at nothing while texting. I watched her shower twice a day. I watched her tilt her phone away from me like a reflex. At night when she slept, I scrolled. Photos, deleted threads resurrected by backups. A calendar entry labeled gym that synced with hotel Wi-Fi. My chest stayed cold. My mind stayed clear. Denial is loud. Realization is quiet. I didn't confront her when I found the first photo, or the second, or the one where she wore the dress I bought her for our anniversary. I waited. Because waiting hurts more. For the person who doesn't know they're being measured. If you want to join Thanksgiving, come wash the dishes. She shouted over speaker, laughter crackling behind her. I paused. Enjoy, I said. I booked a flight that night. Switzerland. A villa I'd purchased years ago and never mentioned. Wealth is safest when it's quiet. I posted a single photo when I landed. Snow, glass, mountains cutting the sky. My phone rang 71 times. The evidence arrived the next morning in neat folders, screenshots, time, stamps, receipts. I laid them out on the dining table like place settings. She stood across from me, pale, shaking. Her hands fluttered, searching for something to hold. I slid one page forward. A hotel receipt. Her name. Brad's. I can explain, she said. I slid another. A photo. The dress. The mirror selfie. She sobbed then, loud, messy. The kind meant to flood the room and drown logic. I waited. When the noise faded, I asked one question. Did our daughter read your messages before or after you promised him Thanksgiving? Her mouth opened, closed. I handed her the phone. My phone. The mirror app still open. Brad typing. Did he buy it? She collapsed into the chair. I stayed standing. I didn't yell. I didn't threaten. I did something worse. I told the truth selectively. I told her the accounts were frozen. The joint ones. The trust rerouted. The house scheduled for sale. I told her the villa was mine alone. Purchased before vows. Protected. I told her I'd already spoken to a lawyer. A quiet one. Then I called Brad. Speaker on. He answered cheerful. Confident. I said my name. Silence stretched. I sent him the photos of Switzerland. The mountain view. The time stamp. I won't be there for Thanksgiving, I said. Neither will she. I hung up. My wife slid to the floor, mascara streaking like ink in water. She begged. She apologized. She reached. I stepped back. Revenge doesn't need witnesses. It needs precision. I moved out that week. The kids stayed with me. Stability matters. I kept routines intact. Bedtimes, stories, pancakes, Burned once, then perfect. She tried to call, to explain, to rewrite. I didn't answer. At night, I stood on the villa's terrace and let the cold burn my lungs clean. I thought about the moment my daughter asked a question that should never have existed. Some betrayals end marriages, others end illusions. I didn't crush her with anger. I let her live with the truth, and that was enough.